Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And we're back to talk more football.
Oh,
Playoffs. Had some seriously good games this week. I think, no real blowouts-ish. Everything was, at least had airs of competitive.
There were, yes, every game it was very competitive at different points, and it was good football.
Yeah.
All around good football.
I think the closest to a blowout is the Ravens Texans.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and get into that one because first half of that game, it looked like
yes, they both came out throwing blows, and they both were just be able to absorb
back
the shot.
And forth. The defenses were just playing.
Yes,
everybody was working, and then
that
went off in the locker room.
And
that was it.
That's all it
was
took.
Over.
That second half was all.
They look like a team who's been. They look like a team who's been in the playoffs.
Oh my god!
It was like first you were like, okay, maybe Houston really is like, but all of a sudden, like you said,
they just.
Sorry.
And even you could tell in the coach's face, he was like, "Oh, this is different."
Yeah.
It was a whole new beast, and because.
This is actually the best playoff football Lamar played.
This Ravens team
this
was
is
good.
This is the best I've ever seen Lamar play.
I was thinking about this. This Ravens team is what I wish Dallas was going to be this year. Like it's everything you want. And I'm sorry, they're whole. Their defense, their offense,
special teams. They're tough. They're finesse. They're fast. They're disciplined.
I think also there's always been Ravens football has thrived off a good defense, and the offense just complements it. But this is the best. This is probably the most prolific offense system they probably ran.
Yeah, because Flacco had
one
go kind of,
Yeah.
And he's a whole. He's a quarter. He's rounded. Like you get different depending on the pressure, depending on the game. Lamar will give you what he needs and what you need and what they need to win. He gives it, And I think he had a hard time. He had to kind of change who he was as a player, but.
I think it seems a little more like this because, I was a person that I didn't feel like he did aspects well, and I thought it might hold him back. But it more feels like as soon as they changed coordinators to a more aggressive offensive-minded coordinator, he flourished.
Yeah.
I didn't see a rough patch where it was like, oh yeah, see, he's struggling to get a more prolific offense.
What I'm thinking was they didn't fully open up the engine.
Yeah.
They literally are like, okay, they're saying you can't do stuff. It looks like you really can't, but we're just gonna kind of put you somewhere. And not even. They did. I will say, we're talking about all this, but I will say it is like that Jay Gruden RG3 thing. They actually put the work in with their quarterback
They found
the system. To flourish and it's going off. He has the ability to go out here around the pocket. And no one, when he's out there, there's rarely anybody besides a Grang of him to be able to stop him.
Yeah.
And then his legs open up the pass game.
You don't know what
and he can make the throws.
You don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And he basically can wait until he sees what you do to that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And you're totally at the mercy. And this is the best I've seen Lamar. I really feel like he's matured. He looks like.
What season is this for him? Oh, him and what's his face from the same draft class?
4.
I think it's 5. I think it's him.
5.
I think isn't Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen all from the same draft class?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
maybe you're right.
And so is this their 5th or 6th year? One of those. I don't. It's one of those. But even so, he has graduated. He has gotten better because we all think he's going to win the MVP, right?
Yeah. I mean, he'll have to change his narrative of who Lamar is. I know that hurt at first.
I mean, not completely because I said, it's not that I don't think he can. I'm just going to need to see him do it.
But you thought you were never going to see him
Well, no, I just felt like people were like, he's going to do it. And I'm like, but we're not there yet. Now I'm seeing it, and it's very he's very much doing it.
So you're saying you were wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, no, that's not even. but the thing is, we do have the. You guys should go back and check out those early episodes. You will see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
my man was.
There was a lot of emotion.
But it was.
I feel in previous playoffs,
you felt he was
Lamar has
overrated.
been kind of Dak Prescott-y. in the playoffs, where it was really entertaining in the regular season. They get in the playoffs, and when he plays the best teams, they make him one-dimensional, and it didn't work out.
He was about to cry to me, and he looks a lot more comfortable, and he looks more confident.
But I did state that historically, Baltimore's offense has always been very kind of limited and one-dimensional, and that might be holding him back. They switched coordinators, and yeah, it was. So in some fronts, yes, I was wrong in the sense that I said that, I'm not giving him the credit until I see it.
But then you saw it.
Yeah, I wasn't wrong in the sense that, I did say that I thought that the way the Ravens run their offense might be part of it.
I was holding my congratulations because Lamar has looked like a shining star. And you're like, oh, maybe he is, that guy. And then he gets to the playoff, and you're like, ugh. It's ugly. He don't just lose. It's ugly, in the playoffs. So I'm like, and even when they won, didn't they, you're like, all right, look at you. And then
Phillip Rivers. And that's why I wait until Josh Allen so far.
Yeah.
Doug Flutie.
Romo.
Tony Romo. Let's see. Let's go. I think there's another Bills I could think of.
No, they had a myriad of quarterbacks.
That would be absolute fantastic. Regular season, they were the best quarterbacks anybody has ever seen play. And then playoffs or Super Bowl, it just... And you're like,
yeah.
Wow. So, no, I'm not giving credit until you've done it. But clearly, you're doing it.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You know what? I agree with y'all. More trajectory that I see right now, Donovan McNabb. You didn't get to the playoffs.
That probably don't want to hear it.
I'm saying, but if you're comparing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But very.
To lose the big game.
Yeah.
Badly.
He looked fantastic all the way to the NFC Championship.
That Super Bowl was just bad.
And he only went to one Super Bowl.
And it was bad. Yeah. I still regret
it. NFC Championships in a row.
Yeah.
Makes the last one and gets done.
No, but T.O. had a broken leg.
T.O. had a broken leg.
Think about it. I always think if T.O. had a whole... If his leg was 100%, it would have been different. But the fact he still put up over 100 yards. So I'm not even going to... Yeah, so...
But that's... Simple point. There are players historically that have looked phenomenal. And then by the end of your career, your changes, they are. Unless it's a postseason. And so there's players that I'm like, let me see it.
Yeah. I can 100% get that.
Justin Herbert. It's probably coaching. It seems very disorderly in the front office over there. Their coaching situations have been a little loose since he got in.
That's going to change with Jim Harbaugh.
We'll see.
It's going to change with Jim Harbaugh officially today. He's the head coach in LA.
He's not wearing a hat.
Yeah, so go blue. But it's okay.
It's okay. Schwarm did it. He did it for all the important games this year.
Yes, he did.
But yes, I think.
Anyway, but yeah. So once we see it.
Yeah.
And we're seeing clearly.
And now we're about to talk about two franchises that have plenty of playoff
experience.
The Packers
and San Francisco. Although sadly, the Packers, for how old the franchise is, the amount of Super Bowls is.
So they're the first one. It's named after.
That's true. They got the first two.
Yeah, first.
Yeah, they won 1-2. Then they got one with Brett and one with Aaron. So so
trending, Jordan gets one, and
that's okay.
They stay semi-relevant.
They'll all still be even though they're better quarterbacks.
We already know what's going to happen to Love. He's going to be a Jets player at some point after he gets pushed out.
He's going to play great. He's going to win a bunch of awards.
He's going to get a Super Bowl win, and then he's going to lose the Super Bowl. Never get there again. I really believe there's a curse here. Never get there again.
He didn't go to 2 Super Bowls.
That's right. He never could make it to the next one.
No, he went to the one he went to.
He never did. Yeah. You're right.
Brett did it, but he did
not. You're right. Absolutely right.
He only made the one.
And did not get there again.
So
He got gifted a yacht. He got gifted the yacht game and the Des Bryant catch.
If somebody in Wisconsin made a deal that cashes out a little different. But anyway, I'm silly. I'm just being crazy. But
them and San Fran, Jordan Love did prove he.
I feel like I'm vindicated a little bit. They lost, but they had this game, and I feel like it was more coaching. Is why they lost than the actual players. You know what I mean? I do. But I do.
Okay, yes, true. They stopped running the ball.
They stopped running that ball, and it doesn't make sense why you would stop running the ball. The running game, it was work. It was doing what you need a running game to do. It gets the clock down.
I will say that, but I will say definitely is the coaching. But I was also glad to see Brock Purdy pull his team to
come back,
because we never seen him really get to a point where he's like, I gotta have this drive.
He had to move.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta have this drive.
He had to make moves. He had to do that.
And without Debo, like you said, they're not 100%. He looks a little flustered.
Yeah, and then Trent Williams was starting to look a little gassy, a little gassed out. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. Like,
I mean, it's a long season.
It's a long season.
So
hey, that's one of them dudes. If they win the Super Bowl, you might retire. That's it.
That's about it. He like
13-14 blocked for Jason Campbell.
I hope that.
I hope that. Actually, the thing is, hasn't he played for 13 years?
Something like that.
Like he might have been there towards.
Jason Campbell got a black eye.
Well, yeah, but it was one of them. It was kind of like
was he talking to Trent Williams right black eye? Did he say something smart?
No. He's gay. He's playing against Dallas. He's a black guy. That's how they was beat. We were beating them. Beating like you stole something. Like, oh my goodness.
But yes, no. I think that it was good to see.
In that final drive, the guys that caught the balls were nobodies. It wasn't. He didn't hit Kittle. He didn't really hit. He
did Jauan Jennings and Conley.
Yeah. Who?
Jauan Jennings has been coming on. I will say that
but he's still not. He's not Debo. He's not Kittle. He's not Christian McCaffrey. He's not the guys that they say can't make. Brock Purdy's bad because he has these people. These are receivers.
Their depth is actually showing its worth.
I mean, well, I can't get him. How about
yeah.
But I mean, that was a good game. But I was like, I told you they was. I knew I saw something in the package with Diamond in the rough that I mean, clearly.
I think like you said.
And this is the beginning. They're such a young team.
Yeah, so I think this Packers team is going to be here to stay. I think Detroit in the NFC North is going to be.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, like I do like because I was like they beat the Lions on Thanksgiving, and we already established the Lions were good.
Yeah, this new generation of quarterbacks is somewhat living up to the hype.
They really are.
Like the new era is looking. They're looking too bad.
Smart. I mean,
you can also see how
they can throw and they can
we've gone through eras of quarterbacks. Tom and Peyton are the last of that statuesque quarterback. Now you gotta be able.
But now it's a mixture, though.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, 15 years ago, there was no way in hell anybody complains about Brock Purdy. He plays exactly
how they want them to play. Yeah.
Now it's the other way around.
Like
why are you standing there?
Why is he standing in the pocket? What kind of a quarterback stands in the pocket?
They used to hate when people were, you can't run. I mean, you're
going to get yourself hurt. The line can't protect you if you keep leaving the pocket.
Like, yeah, it's a completely, like, now they, like, look at them go. They, like, want people to move out. Like, yeah, it's a whole nother.
Yeah. So, it's nice to see, I think.
But that was that was a hell of a game. That went to the wire. That Tampa Bay Lions game. Are y'all ready to move? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
The Tampa Bay Lions game, though, that was another one. I thought it was way more entertaining than I thought the Lions were just going to we
got to give. Remember, I said look out for Tampa all season.
Yeah.
And I said even though their record and obviously being the NFC South, but they are definitely some ballers in that. And if you didn't throw that ill interception, we could be talking about a whole different thing.
Yeah.
If you didn't throw that interception the other day, who knows? Because Mike Evans was torching them. Now, I will not.
I tell you, he made
Mike Evans came out there.
The beginning, though, he looked like this about
to
be Yeah. And then he just started.
This again. Yeah. He was like, no.
I mean, he got the flu. Like, he was catching everything. Like,
no.
He was, oh, my goodness. Like,
yeah. It was crazy.
It was but, yeah, like.
And that Tampa defense is so smothering.
Yes.
Yeah. Golf, they were. Yeah, he was.
And it's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is, but got to give Dan Campbell and the boys props.
Yeah,
got to give them props.
I have really high hopes for the Lions. Like, I really do.
I really do.
But look, because they've never been there, and we've seen the line. Only have 2 16 seasons.
I think so.
Or they won one, right?
No, they have 2.
They have a bunch of one wins.
But I think they have 2.
They have 2
0-16. Yeah,
and the one, they weren't, I'm sorry, if you remember, I think it was the one season and they only won 1 game. Yeah. I think they had like 1 blowout, and the rest of them they lost, I think it was like less than a touchdown or something. Like they were like,
yeah, Star Wars game they lost were very close.
It was insane. Like they lose by 1 point, they lose by field goals, they lose they'll be winning and lose at the end, but it's an L. It doesn't matter. But
didn't Justin Tucker hit the 63, or the 66, the longest in history on him?
In Ford Field, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, but Jared Goff and them, I will say that David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs 1-2 is that might be one of the the best running scheme in the league. Yeah. Because
David Montgomery beat you up,
and then Jahmyr Gibbs he'll catch out the backfield on you.
That's like
run you over, run around you, juke you. Like Jahmyr Gibbs is
it's nice.
Ridiculous.
It's better to have 2 different complementary.
Yeah,
David Montgomery would have definitely.
They complement each other. Yeah,
David Montgomery is definitely what Dallas was missing.
It's just you do.
There's still hope. You guys can get it next year.
I think they know that what they. I don't know, it hurts. Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. And then,
you want to talk about the Bills?
Bills Chiefs.
Oh, the last game.
The one that we see almost every season or every other season.
Once a playoff. They did look better this weekend than they looked in a few games. So I'm gonna give you that they look much better this weekend. But I don't know how they're here. They talk about Green Bay. I feel like Green Bay looked better as a team than the Chiefs did before they got into this playoff season. Yeah. But the playoffs, he's the opposite of Lamar in the playoffs.
Well,
he's winning by any means necessary.
You see the quarterbacks he has those 5 wins against, though, right? So that list, right?
Nah.
Like Mason Rudolph, the one game against the Ravens when Lamar went out with a concussion in the 3rd quarter.
The championship games?
No, the games that Josh Allen has won. The quarterbacks he's beat, they weren't all that great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how is the defense? Because
I'm talking about his 5 wins they beat. The teams they beat.
Oh, the teams they beat.
So we look at him like he's in the playoffs. He might win a game or something like that. But
when he hits top tier competition,
the quality of his wins.
Because, like I said, like when you do, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking about the Bills. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Oh man, I really came in there gung ho there.
He was definitely. We felt that you had a message to give, and we were going to let you deliver it.
I was like, why are you looking at me like that?
It is y'all so boxing out.
Nope, you got it. We're talking about the Chiefs, huh?
I'm sorry. My point was, I feel like the Chiefs are the opposite of I feel like Mahomes is the opposite of Lamar. When it gets to the playoffs, he is very by any means.
I will win.
He was hurt in that Super Bowl game, and I'm getting down this field, and he doesn't look tough, but he plays very he does not like to lose, and you show it. He gives you something. So the fact that they're still here on this playoff, that was my point. Is I cannot believe it. I really can't. I feel like the Bills team look better
all season.
Bad. And that game, that Chiefs team last week, I have not seen that since earlier. That was Kelsey before. That was pre-Taylor Swift Kelsey. I'm sorry.
I was this season, Taylor.
I'm sorry.
Taylor Swift this season early was kind of rough.
The first game he looked good. This season he was. It wasn't. It wasn't.
We say that, but they just
passed
the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying for Travis Kelsey.
It wasn't what you're expecting. Yeah.
But he had that first game she was there. He looked
amazing,
and it's gotten bad. It's like he wasn't bad for Travis Kelce. He was bad. Like
there was a while where it was like
I had to bench him in fantasy. He was bad. Like he wasn't catching anything. It just drops the ball. Like he's not a good blocker. So like, what was he doing?
He's not a terrible.
You yourself say he is not a good blocker.
Well, I say that when I'm comparing him with like George Kittle, and I feel like they overrank the fact that George Kittle might as well be Trevor Williams compared to Jason Kelce.
And I like Jason Kelce, so this Travis is not Kelce. Me like Jason. Yeah, I like Jason Kelce, but it's not me trashing on Travis. I do like Travis Kelce, but he did not look good this year. He looked damn good last week. So that Kansas City team, that's going to be a good game, I think.
If they could bring that Kansas City team to
this Kansas City, because they played the Bills. Like the Bills had to play. And
I don't think they fear the Bills. I don't think they. I think they literally were like, all right.
When Joe Burrow went down, I think they went, oh,
okay,
so we're going to the Super Bowl, or at least the AFC Championship game.
We're probably playing Buffalo.
And then, like, as it goes, like, Baltimore's playing good. They might be a problem. Like, I don't think at any point in time they cared about anybody else in the AFC. Because let's be real, nobody else in the AFC is very well. Houston shows some good. They show some. Nobody else in the AFC is worth it. They're not.
They didn't look worth it. They did not look good before the playoff. And even that first playoff game was.
When you're in a crappy division, you get to coast. You can play kind of crappy and be like, "No, we'll get it together later."
Okay.
But a lot of the returning team was the one who they were there last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were like, "All right, it's just a talk. You know what time it is."
Well, Rashee Rice coming on with like 2 weeks left.
That's true
because
they had no wide receiver.
Having one other guy other than Kelce and their running back in Mahomes was what they were missing. Juju was. And a big piece.
Well, Kelce wasn't helping. He definitely put in his part.
But part of why Kelce isn't going to be a help is because normally when I have a receiver screen and I go, oh crap, I've got to get him. But if I know, like, wait, that's not Kelce. Yeah, let him run by himself. I don't care. We'll watch Kelce.
Kansas City was never really known for their receivers anyway, though.
Yeah, but they get like almost like the New England style. They get guys that just do grit work, and they weren't getting that.
Yeah, and so they actually were missing Tyreek Hill, his explosiveness, because it took all that.
How do you think Juju was?
Juju was good last year, but Juju was definitely good enough to give them what they needed to be able to stretch the field. Yeah. But yeah, they didn't have that until you said like Rashee Rice.
Buffalo, like
on the disappointment end.
I mean, they started off like they were about to do this. I thought, right? I mean, that's what I mean. I thought they looked good until. I don't know, like they just stopped playing. Like they didn't know there was more time left.
That fourth down, that going for that punt on fourth down with that, I was like, what are you doing?
But you know, like they did I think they just ran out of gas. Like that's it. They
hit a wall. I don't know where they hit a wall.
But they hit the gas, and then I think they ran out of gas. Like
three different catches might tell a different game. That third down throw to what's that, Shakir? That he dropped. The one that he dropped on the ground when we went to.
Oh, it looked like he had caught it first.
Then you got the Diggs one he should have caught like this, and then you got the one he just threw and skipped on the floor, grounded in the end zone.
Yeah, he grounded it, but he missed. Diggs was open on that one too.
Yeah, so like I don't know if it gets too big for him. Because
I don't think it's a physical talent thing. The team feels like the moment gets too big mentally, they start kind of clamming up.
And he tries so hard not to make a mistake that becomes the mistake. He ends up
not really being able to do anything.
I think he's afraid of choking. And because you're afraid of it, you choke. It's quicksand.
You just got to, like, he got to get out of his head or something.
I've seen it. He has a look.
It was a tough kick.
He has the look he gives, and you're just like, oh, he's about to fuck. He messes it up pretty much every time. Like
he gets like a not this shit again face, and you're like, oh god.
Because he used to be more arrogant, and he kept throwing picks at the end. That kind of brought that down. But now you're afraid of the pick because that's Romo went through that, and now you're about to throw a pick because you're afraid. Like it's just
you gotta just go out there and play.
Now you're holding it because you're afraid, but that hold,
that sometimes you're not progressing through and just going for it. You're like, and you hesitate, interception. Then you just I don't know.
You rethink yourself, and now you throw it too high, or you throw it too low.
Do you think it's coaching? Or you think because
I mean, they did fail in other aspects than just like the couple of play shots. Like you said, there was a receiver. Both were main receivers dropped.
Gone.
Dable's not there anymore. They have had a little bit of dysfunction in the offense since Dable left.
And this Chiefs offense they did not stop them. They punted once.
Yeah.
Once
now, granted, that defense is massively banged up, but again, so was Miami, and we didn't really give them the props. We just said they fell short.
Yeah.
So, playoff football.
Yeah. It might be a little bit of coaching. I do think Josh Allen gets a little in his head.
It just looks like this team is cursed.
Yeah. It sounds, as stupid as it sounds, I mean, you're talking about 4 Super Bowls. You're talking about a team that went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost everyone. That's crazy. That's. And
now they go to the playoffs, and they can't even. It's like they're digressing. You won't ever make another AFC championship.
Yeah,
like you'll play,
and they're about to win. Like it's not like they're winning. Yeah. They're like
fumble,
overtime. They lose in overtime.
Yeah.
Like it's just insane.
So, because you know what's going to happen, they're going to think if Kansas City isn't in the game, then we'll win. You know, they don't have to play Kansas. And you know how that goes. It's going to be like, nope.
That's not true. Because
not true.
Joe Burrow should be back next season. Mm-hmm. So, that's not even.
Lamar still exists.
Yeah.
Houston's
coming up the rear.
Houston's coming up.
And let's not even.
young team.
Deshaun Watson will be back in Cleveland.
And let's not lie.
Nick Chubb will be back in Cleveland.
We gotta see what happens with the Jaguars, and also what's going to happen with the Colts. We saw what they were regarding Michigan almost in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they can get Richardson to stay healthy,
is Aaron going to get a chance in the
Jets? If Aaron actually plays in the Jets,
because they were winning, not great, but their defense looked good. Maybe that's what
Miami might retool.
True,
they gonna need to.
And then we're gonna see what Gerard Mayo
Harbaugh will be in. With the Chargers,
Antonio Pierce, the Raiders.
Now with the Ravens or the Raiders,
that is gonna be. I was just talking to my brother about that. I said, "Y'all got your coach," and I said he's gonna have them out there gritty and grinding. And I said it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be. And I was like, Chiefs are gonna be like, "Oh, what is going on?"
Yeah, that division could be disgusting next year.
So,
but
shoot,
I'm excited about next year.
How do you forget about Sean Payton and the Broncos? That division gonna be stout.
Yeah, Sean Payton and the Broncos. Yeah.
Because they supposed to keep it. Well, they supposed to keep
it. It looks like Russell. You know what?
Yeah.
It looks.
I think they're trying to mold different. I think they're gonna try a different approach with the Broncos.
Sidebar talking about discipline and stuff like that. Did you see Colorado?
I didn't watch anything on recently.
They got military training.
And the Marines come and put them through PT. Yeah.
Oh. They're like lifting bodies.
They're like doing squats with each other on their shoulders.
They're getting ready.
Oh, they get. I'm like, they're gonna be dogs. Yeah.
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 Oh, he's like, we weren't strong enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, we weren't strong enough.
Oh, I love you some Dion. That's Coach Prime.
People are going to be, well, Saban gone. I guess he's taking my time.
Saban gone. Harbaugh's gone. Like, Dion's like.
I got Debo's. I got what's it, Dabo Sweeney? Dabo Sweeney. And then, let's not forget about Kirby Smart.
All right, let's get back to the playoffs.
But anyway, back to the NFL.
Yes. Championship weekend, baby. Ooh.
NFC. Niners, Lions.
I'm going Lions. I want Lions to win. I hate to say I got a friend who's a Niners fan, and those people are Niners fans. But I think
any one of these teams can win.
I want the Lions to go because they've never been.
But I'm scared they're gonna go. They're gonna mess up. I
honestly think, but whoever goes out of this two, play the Ravens this year, and they both got.
If it's the Lions and Chiefs, I feel like the Lions would beat the Chiefs. I do. If it's the Lions and Ravens, I think the Ravens is getting 3 Super Bowls. I do.
If the Ravens go, period, I think it doesn't matter who they play. I believe that in my soul.
I believe that.
I believe it doesn't matter who they play. They will somehow.
We're saying the same thing. I believe if the Ravens go,
it doesn't matter.
I think they're getting 3 rings. I believe that.
You think if the Chiefs go,
I think the Lions can beat the Chiefs. I think the 49ers can beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
a rematch.
That'd be good.
A Chiefs 49ers rematch and
what could have been last year. Not really a rematch, right? It's more like
No, this is a rematch.
When they play.
Garoppolo, remember, Mahomes' first Super Bowl was against Garoppolo and the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
It's a rematch.
I was thinking about like what Purdy last year.
No. Kyle Shanahan got beat by that. He got beat by that Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
This is my first prediction.
I want them to get 6 though.
That I hope I'm wrong on.
I'm a hater. I don't know if I want them to get 6.
This is my first prediction that I hope I'm wrong on.
No, I think that's only
I don't think Detroit is. I don't think Detroit's going to beat the Niners.
You don't think Detroit's going to beat the Niners?
I want them to beat them. I don't think they're going to beat them.
You gotta say that.
I super hope I'm wrong. Okay. I don't think they're going to beat them.
I think the 49ers could beat
You asked me who I wanted.
I'm
says who you were going with.
I thought you said who I
said who are you going with.
I do. I think it could go either way. I think that's the problem. I think either one of these.
See,
I'm not trying to cop out.
Bank account on the line.
I'm going Niners. I'll tell you that. The reason I'm telling you I'm going Niners because there's more weapons. And I think that defense is the best defense they're going to come up against. And I don't know if Jared Goff is going to be able to do enough.
And that's why
they said, okay, I can see that. Like I'm torn.
But it also depends. I'm also giving the Lions credit because even though they don't have a lot of people in that defense has been nasty.
Oh, it's because it's young people. That's why they don't have the names yet. But
they put a lot of pressure on Love, did they not? Not yes, Love. No, not Love. I'm tripping. Tampa.
Baker.
Yeah.
They put a lot of pressure on everybody they play. Aiden Hutchinson is a dog, and they got some other guys that can do some stuff, and that back end is a little more reliable than they thought.
So
so in honesty, I think it's going to be a Ravens 49ers Super Bowl. I did. But
I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be Ravens and the Niners.
I don't think the Chiefs are going to win, but it's football.
Yes.
That's just how football works. So the Lions,
and that's why I said
I think the Lions can beat the 49ers. I do. I think any of these teams, I think when it comes to the Lions and 49ers, I think they could, any one of these teams, I think if you keep playing the same game, you can come up with a different victory. I do.
I think the Lions have a better chance of figuring out what they did wrong against Baltimore the first time and fixing it than the Niners. But I just don't think they're going to.
Because I think the Niners. I think the Ravens just punched the Niners in the mouth. I think. Yeah.
They
didn't do anything. Yeah, they didn't do anything special. They just beat them up.
It was just football.
And if you can't beat them when they just came out like, hey, we're going to punch you in the mouth and run down your throat, like, hey, I don't know what you can do. The Lions, they kind of they got ahead on the Lions and it just snowballed.
Yeah.
And
I think this is the Ravens' year. I do. But like I said, Mahomes pulled rabbits out of heads. Mahomes.
The man, if he beats the Ravens somehow this weekend,
I don't know.
Then it's like it's his to lose.
He is. Yeah.
Then I'm like, it don't matter. It's his to lose.
Yeah, this Kansas City, I did not think that. The first playoff game, you're like, okay, it's really cold. You got Miami coming to this -4 degree. Of course you're going to win.
Most teams should not have been.
Most teams should not be in Miami. You got all the way down. No.
Exactly.
You got this. The way they look against the Bills, did not foresee. I thought the Bills had that all day long. I'm not even going to pretend. I thought we were going to see the frauds that Mahomes is. Not Mahomes, but this year, they look fraudulent to me.
Yeah.
I think they got the parade before they actually played. And that's
I'm 100% with you on that one.
But this playoff drive, they look good.
This has been impressive. Bills. It's ridiculous.
Even when the Bills was giving it, they were still right there.
It's.
Look, I did hear somebody say, and I gotta agree that they're, who's the Peyton Manning now and who's the Tom Brady now, and people of, who would be, we pretty much have gotten, we think that the Tom Brady is Patrick Mahomes, and, but who's the Eli Manning?
You think Lamar is Eli?
Jared Goff.
Goff? Oh, he gets no respect.
He gets no respect no matter how well he plays. He's on a winning team, but we're still
the Rams lost, but they were there. And who did they lose against?
He lost against the Patriots. 13-3. That was an ugly Super Bowl. I'll never forget. That was an ugly Super Bowl.
Yeah. And so I very much I could see the gritty pool, and I would love to see the gritty pool. If I had to pick the team that I want, I would love to see Chiefs get their first Super Bowl.
That is the perfect, like, it's like, all right, finally a team was ever like
that is
that's what
great.
That's what I would want.
Great bunch of guys.
I don't think the NFC looks better than the Ravens.
It's just because we saw them obliterate these teams this year.
I think the Ravens
and Lamar doesn't lose to the NFC.
I think they are.
Lamar doesn't lose to the NFC.
And Ravens do not lose to
one team. He lost one time. Over 21.
It's 20. Beat him the time before that too.
He's only 20. He's 21.
I think we strip sack beat him twice.
I think he's only 21. You guys 21. His record's like 21-1. He's only lost one. Why
are you whispering?
I don't know.
But anyway, so this is going to be a really fun.
I'm excited. I think this is going to be. I think both games are going to be good. Like I'm going to be very upset and mad. I cut you off. Okay, I'm going to be very upset and mad if these are just drag out games. I feel like this is going to be football, like where it's meant to be played.
I hope so. Or it's either going to happen one of two ways. It's either going to be boom, boom, or somebody's walking into a buzzsaw.
Or Lamar's about to roll through the cheese.
Yeah.
Are just going to mud stomp the Lions. And
if the Lions lose, I want to be hard fought. I don't want it to be like, they showed up. Like I don't.
I know. Even if the Lions do, which I think they are.
Did you see Harbaugh dancing? I think the Ravens got this.
Look, I think the Lions, if they lose, you just think about where they cover, what they built up, and the fact. But I think this is the one where they have to we got to fall into the Super Bowl.